Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Achieving Alpha and welcome back to another episode of Smart Money Analysis for today, that is 14th of November 2021. And the question that a lot of people are having is Nifty headed towards a new all-time high? So we'll talk about that using the charts and the data and try to understand what could be the future possibilities of the market in the coming weeks. So let's go and begin. So we'll start off with the daily time frame chart for Nifty 50. Very first observation, the closing for the last trading session on Friday was pretty strong. So you can see that the closing was clear to the day's high, and this is considered a pretty strong closing. And moreover, the candle is also a decent candle in size, and it's a green candle closing above the 20 EMA. And plus there has been some strength in the RSI, and the RSI currently on a daily time frame is at 55. So this clearly demonstrates strength, and we could expect that some up move might be pending. We'll also confirm with data, but as of now this looks like a strong closing and it looks like a breakout. But will it go towards the all-time high or not? That we'll probably try to answer looking at the data. So anyways, let's talk about Bank Nifty as well. So Bank Nifty is looking relatively weaker. By the way, all of this strong move in Nifty, the majority contribution has been from Nifty IT or the IT stocks like TCS and Infosys, which are the heavyweights in Nifty 50. So that is something which we should consider. So it is not a broad-based rally. It is just rally from the IT stocks which is pushing Nifty higher. Because you can clearly see that Bank Nifty on the other hand is looking quite weak. In fact, it is pretty close to the 50-day exponential moving average and has been closing consecutively below the 20-day exponential moving average. And also RSI here is relatively weaker, which is standing at 46. One more point, on a monthly time frame, Nifty 50 is still highly overbought. So it's an RSI of more than 80.5 and that is considered highly overbought. And once again, I would like to reiterate that you can go in the history and have a look that whenever Nifty 50 has crossed an RSI of more than 80 on a monthly time frame, we are certainly followed by at least a 10% correction in the coming months. Now it could happen 1 month from now, it could happen in this month. This month, although the probability is rare, but it could happen anytime, like you cannot really time. But certainly the market is overbought and in a euphoric phase, and that is something which is quite clear. So yes, we talked about Nifty Bank as well, relatively weaker closing, but still a short covering is possible. By the way, this up move in Nifty in the last trading session was more of a short covering. How do I know? If you have a look at the open interest in the Nifty futures, now I don't have the chart open for that, but if you have a look at that, you will see that there is a reduction in open interest on net basis, and the price has gone up. That means it's a short covering rally mostly. But again, we'll have a look at the data to try and understand and basically confirm that whether this was short covering or long build up as well. So let's talk about the option chain now. So this is the option chain for Nifty 50 for the next expiry, that is 18th of November. Now very first observation, if you have a look at the chains in OI on the put side, so some heavy put writing done, and we'll confirm whether this put writing is by smart money or by the retail investors or traders. But for now it looks like a very strong put writing, so this is currently bullish. And you can see that the highest cumulative OI is on 18,000 with more than 50 lakh contracts here, and this looks very strong. And certainly the call writers had to exit and run for cover, so you will see that there has been some unwinding on a 18,000 call option, but still there is a cumulative OI of almost about 28 lakhs standing. And yes, so let's talk about it. So the highest OI on the call side is at 18,500, which looks quite difficult to be breached in this particular expiry. But still you will see that the call writing, the magnitude is not that high. In fact, there has been unwinding on these levels, and also the writing hasn't been that confident. Quite contrary to that is the open interest addition on the put side. That's what you will see, that there has been some confident put writing, and you will see that the highest OI stands at about 18,000. So certainly the put writers are looking more confident. That's what you can see in the OI change compared to the call writers. Call writers primarily exited, and the writing also hasn't been quite confident. So option chain certainly is looking bullish. Let's also have a look at the PCR. So the PCR after many days has closed above 1. So this is again indicating a bullish move, and basically let's try to confirm that with the data as well. So very firstly, before going towards the data, let's talk about the global markets and how they turned up on Friday. So again, US markets closed quite strongly. Specifically Nasdaq closed quite well. Although a couple of days before, Nasdaq had given some really good correction, almost a correction of over 2% on an intraday basis. But again, Nasdaq seems to continue the rally, and the reason was simple, that the US 10-year bond yield was falling since quite many days, and in the last few weeks it had gone below 1.5 indeed. So that basically lifted Nasdaq up. But the US 10-year bond yield has started to rise up again, and you will see that it is currently at 1.57, and once it goes above 1.6, there will certainly be some panic and some correction can then be seen on Nasdaq. and everything sort of depends on the US markets as of now. Because Europe primarily has been trading sideways for the last few days, you will see that DAX has been hovering in the range of 16,000 to 16,100, but it's neither giving a breakout nor giving a breakdown. So DAX has been consolidating, and European markets are also waiting for the US markets. So if the US markets continue to shoot up, then probably you can expect some more uptick in Nifty. But if they give a reversal, then it could trigger a really good reversal in the global markets, including Europe and in Asia. In Asia also, I think the Australian markets are doing quite well, and apart from that, Nifty as usual is doing quite good, and FII is lifted nearly Nifty quite well in the last few months, I would say. So again, a lot depends on the US markets, as I'd say. But one of the things that I need to draw your attention to is the dollar index. Now, I'm not sure if most of you track this particular dollar index or not, but let me tell you that it is very important, especially for the emerging markets like India. So there is a negative or an inverse correlation of the dollar index with the emerging markets like Nifty 50 or India. But let me tell you that why I am talking about that, because you will see that dollar index has given a yearly breakout. So when COVID came, dollar index touched almost the high of 104. Then it gave some really good fall, and in 2020 September it made a high of almost about 94.8, and then it again gave that correction. But now you will see that this looks like a monthly breakout, because you will see that it has closed about 95 on a daily candle, and it's looking really strong. So again, rise in dollar index is something which is fishy, and you got to be extremely careful. And as I mentioned, this was more of a short covering bounce. No doubt the data action, the price action, and basically the data action in the last trading session, that is on Friday, was certainly bullish. But again, in the longer term, I'm still concerned, because the dollar index has given a really good breakout, and generally it is seen that most of the times this has an inverse correlation with Nifty 50. So let's talk about the data now. After so many days, we are observing a green figure from the FIIs, but it's not much. It's about 511 crores of buying from the FIIs. DIIs although have been buying quite significantly for the last few trading sessions, and FIIs have continued to sold. But again, what matters is that will this buying sustain, or will this buying continue in the next trading sessions? Because you will see that here also they bought for almost about 245 crores, but then the selling aggravated and it continued. And on a net basis, they have still sold for more than 4,000 crores in the November series. So that is something you got to be extremely careful about. But for the data action on 12th of November, this certainly looks bullish, because there is buying from both DIIs and the FIIs. But the FII buying should basically sustain if we want a further uptick in Nifty 50. So that is the activity in the cash market. Let's go towards the derivatives market. Very first observation, the net long position in index futures has increased by 7%. So you will see that they were almost trading close to 50 or 55 in this particular November series. Once they went to 60, but then again the profit booking came from there, and you will see that for now it stands at about 57.21%. Some really good number of longs added and some short covering as well. So without a doubt, the data in the index futures looks positive. Let's talk about stock futures. So stock futures, again you will see that after many days you will see that they were booking profit continuously in the stock futures, but now we see some long build up here. So you will see almost 9,179 contracts of longs, and minutely some 1,000 contracts of shorts added in the stock futures. So index futures certainly looks positive. Stock futures also looks positive. Let's talk about the activity in the options. So options, you will see that some heavy number of call longs added. Now there is more than 1,24,000 lots of call longs and almost 72,000 lots of call shorts. So on net basis, you will see more than 52,000 lots of call longs added. This is super bullish. And talking about the put side, so puts, again you will see that almost 50,000 lots of put longs and 69,000 lots of put short. So again on net basis, almost 18,500 lots of pull shorts. So you will see that 52,000 lots of call longs and 18,500 lots of put short. This is certainly bullish, and so the activity in all fronts is bullish. In the cash market, it looks mildly bullish. In index futures, heavily bullish. Stock futures, mildly bullish. And again in index options, this looks heavily bullish. So you can certainly expect an uptick. Although looking at SGX Nifty, looks like the market is going to open somewhere close to 18,200. But again, this is not a guarantee. But if at all it opens flat, I am certainly going bullish, at least till a target of 18,200. Because 18,200 is a supply zone. Why am I saying that? Let me talk about that. Because you will see that in the last monthly expiry, which was on 20th of October, Nifty made a high of roughly about 18,190, and from there we saw a really sharp correction. So certainly this is going to act as a supply zone. There is no doubt about that. But again, what happens after the gap up is more important. The data here looks extremely bullish for Monday, and this is something you got to be extremely careful about. So again, don't rush into the trade. Let Nifty open up, then look at the price action, and then look at the new open interest formation, and then you can take a trade accordingly. But for me, over the longer on the medium term, I am still not pretty convinced, because the dollar index has given a really good breakout. Although the data for Monday is strongly bullish, but I would still try to take a contra position near 18,200 if at all we open a gap up, and I would keep a small stop loss of about 50 points. So almost 18,250 would be my stop loss, because the risk is to reward would be quite high, because the upside looks limited. The only reason for this particular upside was a short covering rally. Certainly the data looks bullish, but another thing which I got to talk about is the net put is to call ratio. The net puts bought by the net calls bought on a cumulative basis. So we'll see that this is the lowest, close to around 2.5. The highest was around 7. But you will see that in this particular graph, you will see that basically they are hovering around this particular range, and the downside from here looks limited. But again, the new data could be formed, and it could differ from this. But again, it would be a good contra trade to short around 18,200 if at all we open gap up, and then keep a 50 point stop loss. But if at all it reaches 18,250, then certainly I would like to exit all my shorts, and then we'll see what happens. So certainly our final verdict is that the data is bullish. You must not short, but again, if Nifty opens gap up, a 100-point gap up, you should certainly not long at that particular point unless you see 18,250 breaking. I'm certainly saying that because of the risk is to reward. If you long at 18,200, no doubt the data is bullish, but one thing which you got to understand is that the FIS or the smart money would have made longs near some this level, close to about 18,050 to 18,100. So when they would be witnessing an overnight profit of almost 100 points in Nifty, why would they not book their particular longs? So that is something which we got to be extremely careful about. It's all about risk is to reward. So we'll stop the video with this. I hope this particular video helped you. If it did, I would please ask you to press the like button. It really motivates me. And if you are new here and coming here for the first time, subscribe to this channel for more such content. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Have a good day. Take care and bye-bye.